I'd like to share a small story from Dragon Age 2 that I think is indicative of the things that I have enjoyed about the Dragon Age games thus far. I'm talking about a world that feels lived in through the people you interact with and how they have their own stories, place in Ferelden, the Free Marches, and beyond. To give some context for the story, previously you received an anonymous letter at your home in Kirkwall requesting your discretion and compassion and are directed to a location outside of town. Upon arriving, you are greeted by Sir Thrask, a Templar who you encountered before pursuing a young man showing magical aptitude who is to be inducted into the Circle of Magi.
Mistress Hawk.
It's him! That Templar from Ariani! I knew this was a bad idea.
Ariani tells me you sought a better path than the Circle for her son, Fainriel. I thought perhaps you would be willing to show mages a kindness once more.
Can I get the details before I agree?
There are a number of apostates hiding in those caverns.
And you've allowed this?
I was hoping you might speak to the group. Convince them to surrender peacefully before my fellow Templars arrive.
Do the other Templars intend to do worse than recapture the mages?
Sir Karas is a Knight Lieutenant of the Templars, a great crony of Meredith. Should he find apostates hiding from pursuit, Meredith will consider him justified in murdering the lot of them.
I would not like to see this become a massacre.
Thank you. Your compassion does you credit. These mages have shown they attack Templars on sight. You have a better chance than I to convince them they are better off alive in the Circle than free and dead. Sir Karas hunts them as well. If they have not surrendered by the time he arrives, this will be a bloodbath.
From here, you travel into the cave. There's almost immediately a combat encounter where you're attacked by a mage. This is the first hint that things aren't exactly as they seem. You continue further and are met by another mage. This one, however, chats with you and wants to leave. It appears that the person who led these escaped Circle mages is using blood magic. Even amongst mages, blood mages are not tolerated, as they can use their powers to control people's minds, raise the dead, and are generally deemed as evil in Ferelden and the Free Marches where this game takes place. This task that originally seemed relatively straightforward, either let the mages escape and live freely, or bring them back to the Circle where they wouldn't be able to do much harm if possessed by a demon, becomes a little murkier. You eventually find where the bulk of the mages are hiding along with their leader. The leader is hostile, and after a short combat, falls. The mages that didn't involve themselves in the combat are repentant, and you must now make a choice. What were once two clear options have become twisted and not without consequences. Free the mages, possibly releasing blood mages and having to kill some Templars in the process, or bring the mages back, foregoing any bloodshed, but at the cost of the mages' freedom. It's these little twists that keep the game engaging. It makes you feel like your actions are influencing the lives of those around you for better or worse. It's also that the game makes a point of showing you that these factions are made up of individuals with their own moral compass and agendas.